for Kelsey, Caitlin, coach.
Caitlin, could you tell us a little bit about your eye, the hit, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game? Thanks.
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down, and obviously a tough time for that to happen. Like I got some really good looks. I felt I had three pretty wide open threes in the first half that like you usually make. So that's tough, but I felt like I battled and tried my best. Took care of the ball better than I usually do, which is a positive. But overall, like coach said in the locker room, like we were down 3 the first quarter, down 5 second quarter, and then lost by 3 in the third. Like we were right there, and I felt like we just played a crappy game. Like the flow of the game was really bad. I don't know if that was the reffing. It was probably partly us because we struggle to get stops at times, but also like the clock getting messed up, which is one thing after the next. But yeah, overall, like it didn't bother me. Obviously, it didn't feel too good when it happened, but it is what it is.
Christy and Caitlin, this was a different look in terms of putting Dewana on Caitlin and Dejanay on Kelsey. Did that do anything to affect how you guys played throughout the game? Did that have any impact on the play today?
I think, they were going to make adjustments. They were going to change up their schemes. They were going to change the matchups. We had talked about getting back the matchups that we wanted, that we thought would be helpful for us. I agree with what Caitlin just said. Like we scored 69 points, and when we go back and watch this, I didn't really say much because I want to go back and watch and just kind of see. But I think we just, these guys are going to shoot the ball a lot better on Wednesday, and that's going to make a huge difference. And the first 3 quarters we battled. I think we got rattled in the third a little bit when they started they hit some shots, but then we kept making shots, and then we really, that fourth quarter we stopped scoring, and then they had some late buckets, after the game was out of reach, but. Some things that, some highlights, they had 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. And I think we gave up 2 the rest of the game. We just got to find those positives. We had 23 assists on 27 baskets. And I'm pretty sure, like Caitlin said, when we go back and look, there was some wide open shots that would have given us even more assists right there. So, whatever matchup they come with, I still think we had some good looks. We just have to do a better job of they had 50 points in the paint.
Caitlin, what positives do you take away from this first game? And I think in the third quarter timeout, you went to the bench, slammed the chair, and then hit a couple of shots right after that. I mean, I don't know if it hurt your head or got you going, or just frustration and things happen afterwards.
Yeah, well, I felt like like my shot felt right there. That's why like it's so frustrating as a shooter, like when it feels so good, but it won't go down for you. That's what sucks about it. But like I said, I'm proud of our team. Like, we battled, we fought. It wasn't pretty, but we were right there. I think we cut it to 8 there with a few minutes to go in the third, but then I think they came back down and maybe hit a 3 on us. So I think it went into they're up maybe by 11 going into the fourth. So, and could never really claw back into it really to give ourselves a chance.
Kelsey and coach, if you want to add in on this too, what did you think was the difference in the fourth quarter, especially with Marina Mabry kind of going off, and how can you guys maybe defend her a little bit better in the next game?
I think that we should err on the side of aggressiveness, with or without adjustment. I think that we should our 12 should be aggressive to start the game. To make great players gonna make tough shots, but I think that we could be better in those areas of just mucking it up and making it a little bit more uglier when they do take tough shots. And I think that that's our big step, to make them take tough shots all game. I think we could have done better in that area.
Yeah, I've agreed. I just think we have to close their space down a lot more. I mean, we can't even let her, got to close it down and then get hands up and contest. I'm pretty sure when I go back and watch, I don't think one of our goals is contest every shot. And I think we had some closeouts where our hands were down, and that, in the playoffs, good players are going to make plays. And that, that's what Marina did tonight.
Caitlin, you had talked yesterday about how you felt like every time the team played here, you just didn't play well, and then you called it a crappy game today. Is there something about this building or being here that impacts that?
No. Like I said, like we were down 8 or something, maybe 11 going into the fourth. Like we had our chances. Like I felt like like I said, we didn't play well. Like we didn't play to the level that we're capable of playing. And we didn't shoot the ball like we're capable of, but even that to the side, like we're capable of winning this game without making shots. Our defense could have been a little bit better. Obviously Marina gets hot and she's a really good player, but I had a few lapses on the defensive end where like as a shooter, once you see 2 in a row go in, like the basket looks huge. So you can't allow that. But like I said, I mean, we can win. It's not anything about the building. It's not about the gym. It's not about the hoops. Like I have all the confidence in the world in this team and everybody in our locker room does. And I know we'll be a lot better on Wednesday.
Second row on the left and then second row on the right from that next.
Coach, you got pretty animated and got a technical foul early in the game, and Caitlin mentioned in her first answer about the refs. So is that something you could talk about?
Yeah, I just feel like there's some body contact. There's some sometimes these guys are coming off screens and movements where they're just getting bodied a lot. I thought that was happening early. I thought AB was getting not getting some calls down low that she probably should have. But at the end of the day, like it's not about the officiating tonight for sure. I mean, we've got to be better defensively. I mean, and then to the question before that was asked, it's not the building the hoops. Like the Connecticut Sun is a really, really good team. They're a really good team with a lot of experience, and they know what it takes to step up to that next level, that playoff level, and that's what we're going to be, and that's who we are going to become. And so that is, they made it really difficult, and we've got to close that gap.
Go Matt in the second row, then Scott on the far right on the wall.
Yeah, Kelsey, getting to the playoffs, getting to this moment has been a long time coming for you, and it's kind of a tough opener. So I guess I'm just curious, what are your emotions and sort of processing that right now, right after the game?
I'm turning the page, man. Something else I could do. I like to think that every time I step on the floor, I give my best. I think that our team try to give our best, but me individually, the goal is always get my best, and I take it on the chin. Look forward to what's happening on Wednesday. So I'm excited to hash out the details, look at the film as a group, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday.
Got last one in the room, Scott. Then we got one on Zoom for Maddie.
Chrissy, how disruptive did you feel like that start, all the chaos that kind of ensued was, and more to that, how much more do you need to get out in transition, which obviously stems from what you were doing defensively?
Yeah, I mean, this is playoff basketball, and that's just, we've got to be able to handle when it gets chaotic. We've got to be able to handle it. We've got to have, when things aren't going our way, when we need to, slow it down and take a good shot. Like we're going to run, we're going to play with pace. That is what we're going to do. You got to get stops to do that. But that is where we are at our best. And again, I mean, we had some great looks. We had some great looks, both in transition and also in the half court. So, like Kelsey said, my gosh, like we're going to figure it out. And we've got another opportunity on Wednesday to come back and then take this thing home.
Last one on Zoom, Maddie, go ahead.
Yeah, Kelsey, you've talked about confidence being a key to success. So how will you go about instilling confidence in your teammates over the next couple of days before you come back here on Wednesday?
I think it starts with accountability first. I think we all individually know that we could have done better. But I think confidence doesn't waver. I don't think you just drop off because it didn't go our way. I think this is a game that's imperfect, that has imperfections. And I think that for us, we dropped the ball. We just didn't play well. We didn't do well enough to win, at least. And I think going forward, you keep your confidence, what it is, but you take accountability as a player and as a team, and we look forward to Wednesday.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Shut up, boy. Shut up.
All right, we have Alyssa Thomas, Dwan of Honor, Marina Mabry. Just raise your hand if you have a question and address the player, please. We'll go Emily in the back, and then Maggie.
Shut up. That's not bad. That's like 48%.
For any of you guys losing tie as early as you did, just how much did that kind of impact the game plan going forward, and how did you feel like you guys were able to adjust with her off the floor?
Oh, I guess I'm working today. I mean, it's not unfamiliar territory for us losing somebody. Of course, you don't want to see her go down, but next person up mentality, and we still got to get it done out there.
Maggie, go ahead. For Marina, the first couple of weeks you were here, right here.
My bad.
To the
You're
right.
fine.
The first
Sorry.
couple of games you were here, you were trying to doing stuff, you're trying to figure out where your role was going to be, and now kind of transitioning to coming off the bench. How have you just adapted to that new role?
I really just do what the team asks me to do. Whether I come off the bench or I start, I'll still be the same player. So whatever the team needs for us to get a championship is what I was gonna do. So yeah, just being ready whenever they need me.
We'll go Alexa in the middle. Go ahead.
What was my question? Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah. Just like my teammates finding me. I mean, AT's like triple double machine, so she always find me. Getting to my open spots and then also just taking my time. I feel like in the first half I was a little bit rushed, like trying to get some shots in. So just being more patient and like moving throughout the offense.
We'll go front row.
Dawana, I'm sure it was just like a coach's decision or a team decision, but what was the reason for putting you on Caitlin? Usually Dejanay guards her.
Just game planning, trying to come up with a strategy. They beat us last time, so we had to do something different. Yeah, that was about it. It was nothing behind it. They got 2 great guards, so somebody got to step up and play defense. And I mean, that's the only way to beat them. So just took on the challenge, and she's a great player. I know next game she's gonna come out firing. So got to go back, watch some video, and see what we can do. But it was nothing behind it. I mean, that's the only way we can win, honestly.
Azar, go ahead.
This question is sorry. This question is for Marina. Everybody came out to see number 22 tonight, but clearly number 5 outshined her. Did you take it as a personal challenge?
No,
she's number 4.
Number 4. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I mean, Caitlin draws a lot of fans. She's amazing. I'm not focused on that. Like they can come see whoever they want to come see, but at the end of the day, we're here to win a championship. So we came out to win the game, whether they were cheering for Caitlin and the Fever or they were cheering for us.
Doug in the front.
DB, you've seen a bunch of AT's triple doubles. It seems natural that almost every game in the playoffs she gets one now. What does it mean to have a player who can control the offensive end in almost every way and also be a tremendous defender as well?
Man, I don't even know how to really answer that question, but I mean, like you said, she kind of gets us in places that we need to be during, important times. So it's great to have a player that can read the game the way she reads the game, and see the floor the way she can see the floor, because honestly, some of the stuff she sees, I don't see. I don't ever see. I just kind of go where she tells me to go and then do what, so it's an advantage having a player that can pass the ball and direct the game and also defend, and literally playing 40 minutes, doing it for 40 minutes is tough. So just credit to her. Our team doesn't go without her, honestly. And yeah, we wouldn't be in this position each and every year. So I think she's just getting started. No pressure. She don't really have pressure, but yeah, this is her time. Literally, this is her time. Every year, it's her time. So I don't expect anything less, honestly.
Alyssa, in terms of offense, especially early on, the team was really aggressive on the glass, 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. Brianna Jones seemed unstoppable inside, especially on the glass. Even created a couple of possessions that weren't necessarily counted as rebounds. What was it like to have that presence inside, to have her creating opportunities for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Breezy's a monster inside. Really hard to guard her. If she's not scoring, she's impacting the game in so many ways and getting a second chance opportunities. And yeah, I mean, we were hurting without her last year, so now to have her back in playoffs, I mean, it's just exciting to have her out there. And yeah, she's just getting started.
We'll finish up on Zoom with Tiffany. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Hey, thank you. Good job on the win. AT, for you, talk to me a little bit about the difference between regular season, postseason, and what did this win feel like for you tonight?
Yeah, we did what we're supposed to do. I mean, I can speak for myself. I've been waiting all season for playoffs. I mean, this is what you're playing for, and yeah, this is just the beginning for us. Game one, and we're ready to go. Just exciting to see what we brought to the table tonight for my teammates, and we're all hungry, we're ready, and ready for game two.
Thanks, guys. All right, we have head coach Stephanie Wright. We'll do a quick opening statement, then go to questions.
Sit down.
Come on. It's getting late.
Yes, it is. I'm proud of our group. I think, we challenged them on the defensive end of the floor, which, they always do a great job on that end, but we needed to take it to another level. And I thought that they accepted that challenge. Obviously, there's still some room for improvement for us. There's no question about that. I thought the way we really shared the ball on offense was critical. We're a team that does like to create some offense from our defense, and we did that. But I thought our half court execution, our pace, our willingness to make the extra pass or two if need be to get the best shot on the floor, recognizing matchups, and taking what the defense gave us was really good. We slowed down a little bit in that third quarter, but we recovered. It felt like we got stronger as the game went on, and that's what it's going to take.
Questions? Emily? And Maggie.
Steph, your vets came up big today with AT and DB. I mean, did you see them shift into a different mode coming into playoffs? I mean, what sort of unlocked for them today?
I don't know. I mean, I think that they understand the magnitude of where we are. They've been through it. They understand that it takes another level. It takes another gear, takes another level of urgency. And the margin for error is smaller. And so I think because they've been there, they understand it. And, they're leading by example. No, they were locked in.
Maggie, go ahead. Just wondering if you have an update on Ty, you're able to share, and if you've had a chance to talk with her since getting injured.
I don't have much of an update yet. I know I saw her on a crutch, so that's not a good thing, but don't have an update yet. I think we'll probably have one a little bit later tonight.
Go front row.
Stephanie, I know the playoffs are, it's about adjustments, but you adjusted before this game by putting Dewana on Caitlin. Was it just about more length on her? What went into that decision?
Yeah, I mean, it was about having length. It was about giving us versatility, in our pick and roll situations, giving a different look. So much about this game is about comfort. It's about rhythm. It's about timing. It's about all those things. And how can you make a adjustment that disrupts some of that? And also, kudos to DB for her willingness. She's however many years in this league, and we're asking her to be an elite defender. When most people in this point in their career are, if you're a guard anyway, you're a corner 3-point shooter, and that's about it, right? So I think, credit to her for accepting this challenge. It gave us a different look at the point, and I really liked that.
Coach, you spoke about the team having a 40-minute intensity
Mhm.
mindset. How would you rate that mindset today?
Yeah, I think we did for the most part. We didn't have too many lulls on either end where we gave up big runs or we had a lot of empty possessions. I think there was one time in the third where we had 4 empty possessions offensively. And everybody contributed, and that's the other thing about the playoffs. Your bench has to be able to contribute, come in and make a positive impact. No one on our team has to do anything outside of what they do best or play outside themselves. But I thought B came in and was really big for us. Liv, obviously Marina coming off the bench. Everybody was ready to go and everybody accepted the challenge and everybody stepped up, and that's what it's going to take.
And Steph, with Marina having the game that she did, what did you see from her in the second half that really allowed her to go off with, I think 24 points were in that second half? And was this just the sort of impact you all envisioned for her and you all traded for her at the midseason?
Yes, to the second part of that, certainly. Her ability to get hot quickly, her ability to knock shots down, spread the floor. I felt like in the first half, she may have been pressing a little bit. I think she got an easy one in the second half and that kind of got her going. You saw a little bit of relief the first 3 that she hit as well. But, it's just like every time she shoots a shot, I think it's going in. And every time she has the ball in her hand, she's a threat. And so, you have to make sure that you have an eye on her. And most of the time, you're guarding her with two people, and sometimes three when she puts people in rotation. So, she was huge for us. She's going to continue to be big for us. Certainly the opportunity for us to bring her on was one that we took because we thought she would get us over the hump.
Hey, Coach. It was pretty even for the first 15 minutes or so of that game. I think you guys went on a 10-2 run to end the half. Do you remember what you guys were really able to do to just create that separation?
I think we talked about it at the 5-minute mark, and then again at the 2:35 mark, right into half. It's just making a run going into half. Stringing a few stops together, making sure that we have good execution on the offensive end. Really trying to go into the half with a little momentum. And obviously Indiana's a good team, and they're a tough matchup because of what they can do offensively. But just really challenging our team to use our defense to fuel a little bit of offense.
Steph, it seems like it's a normal day in the office when AT gets a triple double, and she just affects everything on both ends of the court so well. What do you see out of her? I mean, you see her every day. Is this just sometimes a normal night for her, so to speak? Yeah,
it's crazy, right? Like, we almost take it for granted. I hope that we remind ourselves not to. It's not normal, you guys. Like, it's just not normal to have this many triple doubles. And half the time I don't even know when she's close. I think somebody said it, once she got it, but she just affects the game in a lot of areas. And, her ability to be big on the boards for us, especially on the defensive boards, that was a key. We needed a rebound. Facilitating the pace she played in transition offense, I thought was really good. And we need that. And she's able to facilitate in transition a lot because of that pace. And I was really, really pleased that she was aggressive offensively. I think that's got to be a difference maker for us. She's got to be hunting some of those shot opportunities, especially around that 8 to 10 foot range. If they're going to leave her open, she's got to shoot with confidence and knock it down. And I loved how she did that today.
Hey, Coach. To piggyback off that, with AT, near the end of the game, she seemed like she rolled her ankle or whatever. She seemed like she's fine. I know you had this issue with Brianna also. Like, do you sometimes have to remind yourself, like, how have that not fight, but like have that conversation where, like, when you guys are up by 19-20, like, pull her out? Because I'm pretty sure she'll never go out. She'll play 40 minutes if she can.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, obviously it also depends on your opponent. When you're a team that shoots the ball like Indiana does, with the way that the 3-point shot affects the game, and you're never safe. But AT has some issues with that ankle anyway, and so we always are mindful of it. She knew that she needed to come out at that time too, and certainly we felt comfortable putting DB at the 4 at that point.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.